start with Toastmaster Roy Scheer, who will be evaluating Darren ETM. Roy, ETM. We'll tell you what that stands for later. Please.
Don't wait too long.
Yeah, won't wait way too long. Please welcome.
Roy, thank you. Please hold your applause.
Okay.
How do you evaluate a guy that's been disqualified? He doesn't exist. Karen, I liked your intro. Will you make it to heaven with me, and how appropriate, since our subject is John Kelly, right? The last time. You told me before the meeting that you were going to be giving a song which your brother had written. And I thought, no, he's going to read it. And I'll be asleep in 2 minutes. But you didn't do that. You memorized it. Well, the subject, personally, I don't like people talking about death. Too close to home. But today, of course, it's appropriate. See, the joke being I'm old, I don't. Slow crowd there. So personally, I'm not afraid of dying, I just don't want to be there when it happens. Now, I think we can say, Aaron, this wasn't your best show today. Just instances where you know somebody's not prepared. I looked over here and he's writing away as he came in. That's a bad indication. Secondly, the time. I don't know, you may have talked about your brother a bit more, may have repeated one of the sounds you talked about. Or maybe you didn't really care. It was intense. When Darren gets out there crouching down, it looks like he's a boxer coming in. He looks around.
Oh, my God.
And you know you're going to agree with him, whatever he says. So, back to John. Yeah, I was thinking, St. Peter has to make instant decisions when somebody dies. Up, down. In this case, he had to convene a council. He has another kid. All right, Robert.
Thank you, Roy, for that wonderful evaluation. For our second evaluator, evaluating Kathleen Mcadoo, please welcome Toastmaster Tim Taylor.
Just a word about John before we start. You know, during the pandemic, I used to bring over this big heavy screen every week. We had a hybrid meeting here. And I used to complain about getting up early. I live 45 minutes from one way. Complain about getting up early and getting down here and getting everything set up. And then I pull up out front, and that blue truck would get. And what John had to bring in was twice what he's twice my age. And it humbled me really quick. And when I pulled up today and it wasn't there, it hit me like a ton of bricks. At first I thought, oh, he hasn't gotten here yet. And then I realized, no, he's not gonna get here. So John was a very genuine man. That's one of the big things that came up last night. You always knew where you stood with him. And I said this last night, but if you ever gave a speech that you felt like you weren't giving your all, he'd walk up to you afterwards. He did this to me, he looked me right in the eyes, and he said, where was Tim today? And so you learn how to be genuine when you go down the shop. Kathy Mcadoo. You like Kathy or Kathy? You must like Kathy, because that's what's written on the form. All right, Kathy. Kathy, you did a great job. I appreciated that. Great opening. I loved the way you opened your speech. You had some great expressions. Like infinite wisdom. In my infinite wisdom, I thought riding a bike through a lane would be fun. You asked me to look at your transitions between the points, and I thought they were excellent. You did a really good job of that. The challenge, I would say, is you said the word "and" constantly, and this, and that. You only said "and so" once, but you kept chaining everything together with just the word and. So that's a little bit of a challenge. You also said, I taught middle school, and I think you meant to say I teach middle school. So you're still a teacher, correct?
No.
Oh, well, then you didn't. Stand corrected. I would say look at the audience a little bit more. You tended to kind of look around the room, and you could have really shown some more emotion, maybe even kind of playing out the crash into the other kids, playing out how disgusting you were with the students that acted up. So you talked about it, but show it a little bit more. Show some more emotion. People respond better to that. So other than that, I would say excellent speech. Look at the audience a little bit more. Show more emotion, and you'll continue to be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, for that evaluation. Please welcome evaluating Toastmaster Taylor Fong, Toastmaster Chantel Dalabon.
Thank you, Taylor, first name. In today's speech, Taylor wanted me to evaluate how well he spoke from the heart. And Taylor, you did that explicitly. You really connect with your passion. There was passion in your eyes, in your voice, and even in your words. You immediately grabbed our attention and connected with the audience. You did this by sharing a very personal and intimate story about your father's death. And you did this in hopes of paying tribute as well as to Nuj, so we could all relate. Your speech was very well organized. You walked us through the moments before you left to go on that mission trip, the last time you hugged your father, and then painted a picture of the last time you saw Dad when you were 19. 2 weeks before I finished those 2 years, I got a call. I had this pit in my stomach. In a quaint, quiet manner, Taylor, last night your father passed away. You painted this picture. And I felt like I was in a room with you upon hearing that news. I want to follow you, but first I need to bury my father. And you shared how you made that decision, that choice, that you were going to stay so that you could honor him. That was very touching. And that tells us a lot about you as an individual. So thank you.
Evaluator this morning is Distinguished Toastmaster Jordan Mcadoo, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Jay Shaw. Please welcome.
All right, I enjoyed that speech. That was a good speech, Jay. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and those of you who someday want to be a guest, Jay started off before the speech was ever given with great pre-speech protocols. He dressed impeccably, and as some of us know, Jay cleaned up real well in the last couple of months. He used an introduction that launched the speech, so the audience knew where he was going by telling us he's going to offer reflections on the Nooch. His gestures were great. He had the grass-tilling gesture. He also had the friends, Romans, countrymen gesture. He was just filled with gestures. And you notice that he came out in front of a lectern. And what that does is it removes a psychological barrier that helps us better to connect the audience, which I'm not going to do. The body language was great. The John Travolta Award goes to Jay for the almost pirouette when he was dancing. I got to see you with the date when you do that. It was great. Vocal variety, he gave us the Nooch voice. You come into Toastmasters, and he also did really really good research, because in fact, Nooch would have an expressionless face when he responds. And he used humor. He told us that he misspelled Carson's name years ago, folks. Actually, he didn't. Carson misspelled his name when he gave us the spelling years ago. You got it right. Couple of suggestions. Whether you like your family or not, I probably wouldn't employ the profanity where you use a really pungent word. We don't like profanity or vulgarity. Let's try something else. Next, preparation. Never, ever, ever, ever squander time, because you can use it more effectively. Have Garen holding the guitar, you nod to him and he hands it to you, and you say 10 or 12 seconds. All in all, though, it's an absolutely delightful speech, authentic, sincere, and, you know, you asked for me to look for sincerity, and I will intone Carl Reiter's comment, sincerity. Once you can fake that, you've got it made. Mr. Master Evaluator.
Can we have a timer's report on the evaluators?
Everybody qualified.
Everyone qualified. Good job. Can all the evaluators please stand? We will now vote on who we thought did the best job as evaluator. We will start with evaluator number 1, Roy Scheer. If you thought he did the best job, please raise your hand.
You get them all, Sean?
Sure, pleasure.
Get them all?
Yep,
All right, if you thought our second evaluator, Tim Taylor, was the best evaluator, please raise your hand. Well, it's not supposed to be doing that. Okay. Put your hands down. Turn around, sir. Thank you. If you thought our third evaluator, Chantel Delavona, was our best evaluator, please raise your hand.
Save some votes for Jordan.
Thank you. Put your hands down. And if you thought our final evaluator, Jordan Kimcurry, did the best job, please raise your hands. Thank you. You can put your hands down. Will all the evaluators please sit except our winner this morning, which would be Jordan Kimcurry.